sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
What's up? What's good? Welcome to All About Sports 216 Sports Show with your man, Keith Allen. I'm back on the weekdays for the first time in a very long time, so pardon my dust and everything as I get things back situated and everything. Matter of fact, how y'all doing on this chilly Tuesday evening? Chilly. I think the temperature is supposed to get down in the 30s. So warm up, everybody. Definitely warm up. Well, I got a lot of things that I'm going to discuss with y'all. In the time that I'm on here, we're going to discuss some Cleveland Cavaliers talk. The Cavs are on a 12-game winning streak. We're also going to discuss some Ohio State Buckeyes as the Buckeyes head to Chicago to take on Northwestern. We're also going to discuss the Cleveland Browns, who we didn't have to worry about losing this past week. They was on the bye week, but now they get back things to normal as they head to New Orleans to take on Jameis Winston's past team, the New Orleans Saints. Also, we're going to talk about the Cleveland State Vikings men and women's hoop teams. And we're also got something coming up that I haven't did in a while. I got the All About Sports 216 NFL Hot 10 according to my show. Hot 10. Now, let me tell you this real quick and everything. I'm up here doing some stuff and everything. Never mind me. I'm up here doing some stuff. Let me get to the captions real quick. First off, the chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at your brother. Hit me up. The chat lines are open. You want to talk about the Cavs? Talk about the Cavs. Oh, we also want to talk about the Guardians because we got some people up for some postseason awards coming up as well. If you want to talk about Ohio State, talk about Ohio State. Want to talk about Cleveland State, talk about Cleveland State. Want to talk about the Browns, we can talk about the Browns. We can talk about just about anything, but hit me up. The chat lines are open. Also, I got to do this here. Also, let me go down here. Also, subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. It's up here going on my ticker at the bottom and everything. Subscribe to the Alan Viz 2 Media YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. You get content from this show and soon to be upcoming again, the Triad Committee, which will be coming back very soon. Very soon. I'm just glad that I'm up and able to do a show today. And I finally got my system figured out because you got to look at it that it updated on me, Restream. So I had a little trouble on Sunday because I actually was going to do this show on Sunday. But I'm going to do this show every Tuesday at 6 p.m. actually. You're getting a 7:30, 7:40 access. I'm only going to hit your timer for about 30, 40 minutes or so and everything and go from there. But also, got nothing else to say right now. But first off, we're going to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland Cavaliers. Let me get this right here. Cleveland Cavaliers. There we go, right there. Look at that C. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 12 and 0, an NBA best. 12 and 0 after defeating the Chicago Bulls last night, 119 to 113. Donovan Mitchell paced the Cavs at 38 points. Darius Garland had 17, including a couple of key crucial buckets down the stretch to secure the deal and keep the Cavs on their winning ways. Um, they got strong play from the bench. Ty Jerome had 12 points. George Niang had 12 points. And man, the Cavs are playing ball. They are playing ball. Also, pretty soon, today is also the first day of the NBA Cup, the midseason tournament. Today is the first day. So, hey, maybe the Cavs can go for the cup. You never know. Because we have Boston, Chicago, Atlanta, and we got somebody else in our thing. I think it's Detroit or somebody. But we got a relatively beatable pool, except maybe for Boston will probably be the toughest competition. But hey, you never know. Go Cavs. The Cavs tomorrow night will be in the city of brotherly love to take on the Philadelphia 76ers, who just got Joel Embiid back from injury. And it remains to be seen if Joel Embiid is going to play back-to-backs this season. So stay tuned for that. We'll definitely see. But right now, the Cavs are 12 and 0. Now, I'm going to admit, I wasn't exactly on board with the Kenny Atkinson hire in the summertime. Of course, I wanted other candidates. But I will say this. So far, so good. And there's a difference on this team from night and day. It's a difference night and day with this team, period. And far as timeouts, rotation, and whatnot. And truthfully, I'm not poo-pooing on JB Bickerstaff because, to be honest, JB Bickerstaff did a hell of a job because he came to this team from where this team was at, where this team was losing big time. Big time. And at the time, they had John Beilein as head coach, and the team literally quit on John Beilein. And so, JD came over, made the situation better. He got the Cavs to where they was in the playoffs a couple years in a row, along with the play-in. Play-in for like 3 years in a row, they had postseason play. And they advanced every year. They went from being eliminated in the play-in to getting to the first round. Got eliminated in the first round to the next year, getting to the second round. And hey, and sometimes you got to make the transition and everything. Sometimes it can't all just work out and stuff like that. It was some things that needed to be addressed with the Cavs. And so far, Kenny Atkinson has had all the answers. He's had all the answers so far. Shout out to him. He's had all the answers so far. Oh, answers so far. I'm up here sharing this video. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm looking down and everything. Brother man is kind of distracted and stuff right now and stuff. But the Cavs are 12 and 0. They got Philadelphia tomorrow. Then they start their pool play far as for the NBA midseason tournament on Friday at home against the Chicago Bulls, the team they beat last night. So, hey, let's go Cavs. Let's keep it going. 12 and 0. Hey, never would have thunk it. I never would have thunk it. But hey, and sticking along on the basketball side, I'm also going to say this. Darius Garland has become Mr. Clutch for the Cavs. Especially after last year when he had injury, with the broken jaw and everything, and then he had stuff going on within his family and everything. He has came back like gangbusters this year. He has definitely came back like gangbusters. What's up, Kim? How you doing? What's going on? How are you doing, Kimberly Giles? What's up? I seen the picture of your son hooping. Tell him to keep doing his thing. Much love. Definitely much love. Long time no see and everything. How's the ATL treating you? Definitely how's the ATL treating you? Much love to Kimberly Giles and everything. But yeah, like I said, Darius Garland has become Mr. Clutch for the Cavs. He's hit the big baskets in a lot of the Cavs wins this year. A far cry from last year and everything. And he had a lot going on last year and stuff. And the Cavs so far look like the brightest team in the room. They brought everybody back and basically re-signed everybody. Just about because they re-signed Jared Allen, they re-signed Evan Mobley, they re-signed Donovan Mitchell, they re-signed Isaac Okoro, and so far those moves are paying dividends. And who ever seen Ty Jerome coming? He only played like 2 games last year due to an injury to his ankle. And this year, man is doing wonders off the bench. You got to think, Cavs got like a three-headed monster coming off the bench with Ty Jerome, Karis LeVert, and George Niang. All three can hit shots. Ty Jerome, Karis LeVert can get the offense started and going. And George Niang, he has played well this year. He's definitely played well. And he's in shape this year. Didn't look like he was in shape last year. But this year, it's a big difference and everything. So, way to go, Cavs. Keep up the good work and keep winning. Definitely keep winning and everything. But I'm going to step away from the Cavs real quick. And I'm going to I'm going to stick with basketball real quick. Because I'm going to go to the Cleveland State Vikings, who will be playing in a few minutes. The Cleveland State Vikings men's team, who are 1-2. They started their season last week. As I got my little board here. Hold up for a second. Hold up. Cleveland State Vikings men's team. I got to scroll down. I got to get used to this new screen and everything and stuff. Be patient with me, everybody. Don't click me off. Also, get them likes up on the show and everything. Get the likes up and things. But shout out to Cleveland State Vikings. Coach, oh, shoot. I know I done messed up now. Okay. Shout out to Coach Daniel Robinson, who signed a 5-year extension with the Vikings. So that means right as now he's going nowhere. And hey, the Vikings have had good seasons. Hopefully this year they can make it to the big dance. But today the Vikings travel to Valparaiso as they take on the Valparaiso. I want to say Crusaders, but I don't think it's the Crusaders. But we just going to say Valpo, just to keep it short. They take on Valpo tonight at 8 p.m. The Vikings are 1-2. They started their season last week as the first mixed reviews. First game out against Michigan wasn't such a good game. They lost like 101 to 53. Then the second game out, they did literally the same thing to Baldwin Wallace. They won like 91 to 53. Then the third game this past weekend, they played Kansas State. They played Kansas State, and they lost to Kansas State 77 to 64. They take on Valpo tonight. Let's go Vikings. Let's get that victory. And also tonight, the CSU ladies are playing today as they take on Bowling Green. Now, so far, when I looked at the early returns so far, as I'm going to go through here, because I was looking at the score earlier. I was doing some score watching earlier. Let's see, with the NCAA women's. Excuse me. So far, the Cleveland State ladies are trailing at the half, 42 to 32. Against Bowling Green. They're playing at the Convocation Center right now as we speak. Come on, Lady Vikings, catch up. get that deficit down and win this game right now, but they're trailing 42-32 at the half. The Lady Vikings are 1-1. They lost to Ohio State to begin the season, 104-69 last week. Then they defeated Chicago State, blew them out, beat them something like 105 to something. Beat them something like, matter of fact, I can get the score right now. Let's see, let's get the ladies' schedule. Okay. Yeah, they beat Chicago State 111-67, the Lady Vikings. So they're 1-1 right now, and they're trailing right now at the half, 42-32. 2-32. Let's go, Lady Vikings and everything. Let's definitely go, Lady Vikings. Now, moving right along to the Cleveland Guardians. Even though right now it's the off season, and hey, it's the off season with the Guardians, and it's free agent time and everything and whatnot. As you see, I got the baseball field in back of me now. Got Progressive Field in back of me now. The Guardians got two people that's up for awards. Well, actually three. Manager Stephen Vogt is up for Manager of the Year, which he had an excellent season, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't see the Guardians doing what they did this year just to get to the ALCS. And just imagine, I had them boys picked for third. Third in the AL Central. And the AL Central ended up really being the strongest division in Major League Baseball. If you really think about it, with Detroit, I expected Detroit to be good, but they kind of peaked at the right time late in the year, like around August, September. They peaked. Kansas City had been competitive and pretty good all year, and those two teams are not going nowhere, folks. So hopefully the Guardians open up the purse strings this offseason. I know one thing, it would be nice if they could get Soto, the free agent from the New York Yankees. It would be nice. Some would probably say, Keith, that's a pipe dream. But it would be nice. I'm just saying. He has visits right now scheduled with Toronto and the Boston Red Sox. Ugh, don't go there, Soto, please. But it would be nice if the Guardians could sign Soto. But we got three people up for awards with the Guardians. We got our third baseman, perennial all-star Jose Ramirez, that's up for a Silver Slugger Award. We got closer Emmanuel Clase, that's up for the Cy Young Award. And we got manager Stephen Vogt, that's up for Manager of the Year. Good luck to all three candidates. I hope the Guardians get a clean sweep. Plus, also, shouts out to Guardians outfielder Stevie Kwan on getting the Gold Glove, and Guardians second baseman Jimenez for getting the Gold Glove at second base. For Stevie Kwan, this is his third in 3 years that he's been in the major leagues. And Jimenez, I think this is his either second or third as well. I know he had another award last year, but man, them two, congratulations, and keep up the good work, fellas, and stuff, for the Guardians. But Guardians gotta spend a little bit more money and things, because I think y'all can do some things next year, but you got to shore that pitching staff up, especially the starters, and got to find a solution in right field. I think Joe Kinsey Noel could probably be the solution if he gets better, how can I say, better balance of the strike zone itself. I think Joe Kinsey Noel could be that guy, because he damn sure has the power. And he's not too bad defensively out in right field either. So we will see. We will definitely see what happens with the Guardians over the wintertime. Things, because now, free agency's coming up. They're going to be having the winter meetings. So we'll see what's up with the Guardians, because things will be very interesting, and they're going to have to spend, because Kansas City is going nowhere. Detroit is going nowhere, and the Minnesota Twins are always lurking in the in the American League Central. So hopefully the Guardians gets get some things done and stuff this off season and everything. So, but in the meanwhile, I'm going to pivot and we're going to go to some football as we're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, let's see, the Cleveland Browns are presently 2-7 and in last place in the AFC North. They're 2-7. They had a bye week last week, so hopefully they got everything recharged and ready to go. The Browns will be traveling to New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Saints this Sunday. Now, I would probably say New Orleans is a slight favorite, especially since New Orleans won this past Sunday against first place Atlanta Falcons, and the Browns are 2-7. So I think it'll be a competitive game, though. I really do. And New Orleans had just fired their head coach not too long ago, so we're probably gonna get the best that New Orleans definitely got. So the Browns, Jameis Winston still is the starter. Still is the starter. He had the game from hell a couple weeks ago against the Los Angeles Chargers, where he threw 3 picks. But with Jameis Winston, you're gonna get a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad, and But he usually puts up numbers, and I think against New Orleans, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's gonna have a good game. I think he's gonna have a good game this Sunday. As long as they can stay away from the turnovers or whatnot and everything. And you also got DTR stuff with waiting in the wings and things. But let me ask y'all this. Should the Browns try to stay competitive and try to win some games, stack some wins, or should they just all out tank and try to get like the top 1, 2, 3 picks in the NFL draft? Be one of the top 3 in the NFL draft to probably draft a quarterback next year. Because that's going to come up and everything because, right now, if you was to go into 2025, Deshaun Watson would still be your starter right now. Even though Andrew Berry has said, allegedly in the press conference, that the Browns aren't committed to anything right now, which, right now he's right. They aren't committed to anything because they don't even know if Deshaun's going to be ready. And don't know if he's even going to be ready to start off next year and everything. I had to change the screen. But we shall see. It will get interesting. But we'll see. Or can Jameis Winston be your bridge quarterback? Can he ball out these next 8 weeks? Because I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of football left to be played. And it's a shame that the Browns are out of it with a whole lot of football to be played. 8 games? We're going to find out a lot. We're going to find out who wants to play, who doesn't. We already see Jedrick Wills against Baltimore made a business decision. I doubt if Jedrick Wills will be back with the Browns next year. I sincerely doubt if he will be back with the Browns next year. Sincerely doubt. Sincerely doubt. The Browns have injuries. Jordan Hicks was hurt. I don't know if he's going this Sunday. I know Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is not going this Sunday because he's on IR. So the Browns are kind of thin at linebackers. So Diabate going to put in some work. Diabate and the other linebackers are going to put in some work. So, hey, we'll see. And also, the Browns also traded Za'Darius Smith to the Detroit Lions, too. So we'll see who will take his place at the other defensive end position. Who will step up? Because these next 8 games is really like an audition for a lot of these players. If you really think about it for next year. Matter of fact, it's an audition and evaluation. And it should be an audition and evaluation of everything within the organization. Far as from is the draft picks Andrew Berry's drafting, how they're turning out. Is Kevin Stefanski's coaching methods effective? And organization in whole, is their methods effective as an organization in whole? So a lot to be determined in the next 8 weeks. And man, we will see. You just stay tuned. Because the Browns have, let's see, we got New Orleans this week. Then I think next week, next Thursday, I think we got Pittsburgh. And oof, Steelers look tough. They look tough. I'm going to be honest. They look tough. Especially now that Russell Wilson is quarterback. I'm going to say this about Pittsburgh. Everybody was looking at Mike Tomlin cross-eyed when he benched Justin Fields in favor of Russell Wilson. But it looks like right now, Mike Tomlin has got the evil genius laugh right now. Because, I mean, Russell Wilson is playing effective. And you got to think, this team went 10-7 last year with Kenny Pickett as the quarterback. Just think about that. 10-7 with Kenny Pickett as the quarterback. And now they got Russell Wilson at the quarterback. They just picked up Mike Williams from the Jets at the deadline. So it's another receiver to go with Pickens. Man. And they got Jalen Warren back on top of that from injury. Long to go with Najee Harris. Man. Pittsburgh going to be tough to beat, I'm going to be honest. And I know a lot of eyes are going to definitely be glued on that Pittsburgh-Baltimore game coming up this Sunday. That will be a huge contest to determine supremacy of the AFC North. That would be a huge ball game. We'll see what happens. But also moving right along to college football, the Ohio State Buckeyes, with a record of 8-1 after dismantling Purdue 45-0, will be heading to Chicago to take on Northwestern at Wrigley Field this Saturday. Ohio State is favored. I'll say the game will probably go like this. Northwestern might give them a quarter or two of comp, and then I suspect Ohio State to pull away in the second half. I expect them to pull away in the second half. And then after that, that's when we got the next 2 games. Got Indiana here at home, and we got Michigan, the team up north, to end the regular season at home. Now, Indiana, undefeated at 10-0. They beat Michigan 20-15. One of my friends had told me that they had wanted Michigan to win. I was like, no. I don't ever want Michigan to win. Forget that. I want Indiana to be undefeated when Ohio State put that first loss on. I want them to be undefeated when OSU put that first loss on them. But I'm going to be honest. It ain't going to be easy, but being at home helps. But Indiana's a pretty solid team. They're pretty solid. But I think Ohio State can pull it out. Hey. And hopefully they can get to the Big Ten championship and see Oregon again. This time on a neutral field where the calls won't be so slanted against Ohio State this time like they were up in Oregon. Because you got to admit, in the Oregon game, there was some calls that was kind of fishy. Especially that pass interference call on my guy number 4 on Ohio State, young dude. And he had just did the same thing against Penn State and there wasn't no flags. Go figure. But at Oregon, it's pass interference. How could that be? And hey, Ohio State beat Indiana. Hey, because Ohio State is going to be in the college football playoff unless they just completely fall off the face of the earth and lose these next three games. They're going to be in the football playoff no matter what. Just about. Unless, like I said, the unthinkable happens. Unless they just all of a sudden out of the blue start losing things, which I sincerely doubt. But Ohio State takes on Northwestern this Saturday, I think at 12, if I'm mistaken, in Chicago's Wrigley Field. Let's go Bucks. Well, now it's about that time and everything for all y'all. As I'm bringing it back after almost a year-long absence, because I haven't did this in a while. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let's see what I'm going to do here. Because right now, I'm going to present to you the All About Sports 216 NFL Hot 10. I got to get my music, though. Hold up. I'll get my music first. There we go. Uh-oh. Got to take that all the way back. Okay. 216 top 10, hot 10 for the NFL and everything. At number 10, after losing to Detroit, let Detroit come back from a 23-7 deficit, is the Houston Texans. The Texans have a record of 6-4 and are in first place in the AFC South. And the Texans, I gotta go all the way through this. I just thought about this. Excuse me right now, I'm not prepared. Oh my goodness. Got to do better. But this what we gonna do. Matter of fact, hold up. This what we gonna do. We gonna go to Sunday. What is Sunday? November the 17th. November the 17th. The Texans will be taking on this Sunday. Hold up. Oh my. The Houston Texans should get a win next week, but they'll be in Dallas to take on the Dallas Cowboys next Monday night. That should be an interesting game and everything. You know, CJ Stroud has had the devil of, he only had a 1 QBR rating in the second half. Now, I had the Texans last week at number 9, but I didn't do the countdown number 9 because I had technical difficulties getting on Sunday. But today, they're at number 10. Now, at number 9, I have the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers at 5-4 defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-20 on a last-second field goal. And the field goal kicker missed like 3 of 6 field goals. And San Francisco still pulled it out. Now the 49ers, who are now 5-4 but are in second place in the NFC West, will be taking on the Seattle Seahawks this Sunday at home. The 49ers weren't in the top 10 last week, but they jumped to number 9 this week. At number 8, who was on the bye, they was on the bye last week, it's the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers had a bye week last week. Now this week, the Packers will be taking on the rival, hated Chicago Bears, who have been struggling real bad. So bad the Bears fired their offensive coordinator today because they haven't had a touchdown in about 2 weeks, offensive touchdown. And you got the rookie number 1 pick, Caleb Williams. But Green Bay Packers, they were number 10 last week, but they're up to number 8. Wow, bye week. Does them some good. They moved up 2 spaces. But moving on along to number 7, I have the Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders lost a tough one to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 28-27. Lost to the Steelers. The Commanders are 7-3. They will be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles for first place rights of the NFC East this Thursday, as far as the Commanders go. Now, going on to number 6 is, where's the, okay, there we go. 6, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated, well, they onslaughted the Dallas Cowboys. Man, it is so bad. Sometimes you can't help but cry sometimes on things. But they routed the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. And I actually had this going down like that because I said, I just don't see Dallas pulling this out against Philadelphia. They beat Dallas 34-6. Now, they got the Washington Commanders this Thursday for first place in the NFC East, which I'm going to move right along. Let's see. It's November 6th. Okay. Going to move right along. At number 5, and I'll be honest, I could have easily put them at number 4. But right now, I'll roll with them at number 5. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Washington Commanders by 1 point, 28-27. Russell Wilson threw for 3 touchdown passes, including the game winner to newly acquired Mike Williams late in that game. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 7-2 in first place in the AFC North will be taking on the Baltimore Ravens this Sunday at home. Yeah, they'll be taking on the Baltimore Ravens this Sunday at home, which should be an interesting game. Very interesting game. We're going to see who is superior in the AFC North. At number 4, the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are the team that keeps on just doing what they do. For real, for real. We can say that they're not that great. They just got Josh Allen, but they just keep doing what they do. They just win. That's it. They defeated the Indianapolis Colts last week, 30-20. This coming Sunday, the Buffalo Bills will be facing, let me see here. The Buffalo Bills will be at home to take on the undefeated Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. That should be an interesting football game. So buckle yourselves in the seats for that game, y'all. Especially after you watch Pittsburgh, Baltimore at 1 o'clock, Kansas City, Buffalo at 4 o'clock, or you want to watch the Browns in New Orleans, that's cool too at 1 o'clock. But the Buffalo Bills are ranked number 4. At number 3, and I wonder how in the world does this team lose sometimes? The Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens defeated the Cincinnati Bengals last Thursday, 35-34. Despite having Joe Burrow throw for almost 450 yards. And despite Jamar Chase ripping their defense for about 230 plus yards of receiving. The Ravens this Sunday travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers for supremacy of the AFC North. And I'm going to tell you this. I wonder to myself, how in the world do the Ravens lose with Lamar Jackson? I'm going to be honest. I do. I just wonder, how in the world can they lose? Because you look at some of the games Baltimore has lost this year. They lost to, I was about to say Oakland. They lost to Las Vegas. And then they lost to the Browns. It's like, go figure. But then the other weeks, this team looks awesome. Look like the greatest team on earth, basically. But the Baltimore Ravens are number 3. At number 2, the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions had a furious comeback in the second half as they came back and defeated the Houston Texans 26-23, despite Jared Goff throwing 5 interceptions. Detroit 8-1. I'm gonna be honest, they the team of destiny in the NFC, and I'm gonna be honest. If Detroit secures home field advantage in the NFC, they are not going to get beat. I'll be honest, and I think the only team that possibly can stick with this team is San Francisco and maybe Philadelphia. Maybe Philadelphia. But at number 1, and you know this ain't even no mystery. Undefeated, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Well, yeah, 2-time Super Bowl champion, going for a 3-peat, even though they don't win it 3 out of the last 4 years, something like that. The Kansas City Chiefs. Now the Chiefs win games in all sorts of ways. This time they won blocking the field goal in the last seconds and defeating the Denver Broncos 16-14. The Kansas City Chiefs will be heading to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills this Sunday, which should be a pretty interesting game. But hey, Kansas City is 9-0. And think about Kansas City. They've had injuries off the board. You really think about it. They lost Pacheco. They lost, oh my God, what is my guy's name? He's on my fantasy team too. Rashee Rice. He's out for the season. They lost Hollywood Brown. And this team still keeps rolling. Like I said, if number 15 can trot out there to play, Kansas City will always have a shot to beat you. So that is the hot 10. All About Sports 216, first this year. All About Sports 216 Hot 10 Teams for this week. And I'll be doing this every Tuesday. Matter of fact, every Tuesday. Every Tuesday I'll be doing this. Every Tuesday on the show and everything. So, hey, you know, let me get back to my thing, get back to my screen so y'all can see my face, because y'all ain't see my face in a minute. So, hey, I will be doing this every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, but the show will be coming on at 6 p.m. regularly from here on out, every Tuesday. Things. I want to get the likes up, get the subscribers up, like, share this video. Hey, and conversate with a brother. Hit me up on the chat and everything. I'm open to conversation, definitely. I'm just human. I ain't no AI, nothing like that. I ain't no robot or nothing like that. Just Keith. But hit me up and everything. But I'm going to tell y'all this. Y'all have a good night. Stay warm. Stay safe. Be careful of your surroundings and everything. And, hey, don't fall out over the election. Shit is what it is. Because like I said, hey, we got to save ourselves. So, hey, don't fall out over the election. Even though it might not went some people's way, shit happens. But, anyway, this is your man, Keith Allen. I'm about to leave out. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Then catch me on Sunday at 12 p.m. when it's the All About Sports 216 Cleveland Browns pregame show. And 30 minutes after the ball game, it's the All About Sports 216 Cleveland Browns postgame show. But right now, I'm about to leave out. Y'all have a good night. Be safe and be well, and peace. This your man Keith Allen for All About Sports 216 Sports Show, signing off. See ya.
We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North.